Hi guys, my name is Marcia Morgan Maxon, and today I'm going to be presenting to you about a topic I'm very passionate about, Moana's Home Farm, and the vision that I have for this future nonprofit. So let's begin. Here's the mission statement for Moana's Home Farm. Moana's Home actively combats homelessness and incarceration by providing transitory housing while equipping foster youth with the necessary life skills to flourish. Our 5-acre farm provides access to healthy and fresh produce, the knowledge of cultivation, and instills self-sufficiency in emancipating foster youth, as well as the surrounding community. By empowering emancipating teenagers with the skills that teach self-reliance and a stable support system, their odds to become successful and productive adults highly increase. Introduction and why. So over half of the youth who age out of the foster care system become homeless or incarcerated within 2 years of exiting the system. Moana's Home is equipped to combat this statistic by providing short-term, transitory housing for youth while helping them develop the necessary life skills to become self-sufficient and flourish. It is necessary to empower at-risk foster youth with the proper knowledge, skills, and tools to be self-sufficient. By equipping emancipating youth with the education and support to be self-reliant, their odds to be successful adults highly increase. Thousands of foster youth age out of the system without the proper skills for adulthood. The resources expended to improve the life outcomes for foster children is a worthwhile investment. By improving in the life outcomes of foster youth, we in turn strengthen our community's economy and society. Why am I best equipped to establish this venture? So I currently own a 5-acre plot of land in Southwest Florida with nutrient-rich soil perfect for urban farm development. I'm also the best person to create a transitory home for emancipating at-risk foster youth due to my unique experience from my childhood involvement in the foster system, in addition to half a decade of professional experience working in state-sponsored group homes. Moana's Home clients. Who will we serve? Moana's Home provides services to foster youth between the ages of 18 and 23 years old. Moana's Home is established to provide services and opportunities to youth who have been placed in the care of a human services provider through the court systems. A highly trained staff member support these youth with 24/7 support in a professional, loving, caring, educational, and qualified safe environment. A transition success team consisting of a state caseworker, guardian ad litem, CASA, as well as staff from Moana's Home will aid in the client's self-sufficiency plans. Each youth completing the transitory living program will have secured safe housing, stable employment, savings, educational and vocational training, and a healthy support system. So with all this, they'll have the tools to manage their physical and mental health issues. So a little bit more about the location where this nonprofit will be. Here's my vision for the farm. So we've got 5 acres of land. 2 of those would be devoted towards residential development and 3 would be utilized for farming. With 3 acres of farming, we have the potential to harvest over 40 tons of food and yield feeding about 10,000 people. So this would promote self-sufficiency for our residents staying there, as well as food security to the local community. In addition to our fresh produce, we'll also offer organic farm-raised eggs and goat milk products, cheese, milk, and artisanal beauty supplies. We'll even have a medicinal garden with herbs such as chamomile, echinacea, feverfew, lavender, lemon balm, and marigold, which can be used to create essential oils. The environment of the farm leads itself to hands-on service learning. Youth will work with their hands to learn tangible job skills, environmental agricultural awareness, and economic empowerment through the sales of the items they've grown. Intended program goals. So what I'm going to do next is break down the different programs that I have intended for this organization, as well as the individual goals for each of those programs. After the individual goals have been defined, we will then look at how we can measure success for these programs. So starting off is our tiny home responsibility and sustainability component. In this part of the program, we would be building eco-friendly tiny homes to foster independence and sustainability. So typically in a residential setting, youth have someone else who's waking them up or who's kind of just keeping them in check. So this would shift that focus into them and so they could have an internal locus of control and really gain those self-sufficiency skills they need. Additionally, this would encourage food security, so this is on the sustainability side. Some of these funds would be used to creating the urban garden and helping to promote this food security to the local community as well. Through this program, it will empower a marginalized group with the knowledge, skills, and resources necessary to combat social economic issues, to create food security, food sovereignty, economic justice, and build a stronger community. The next program is the My First Home program. So the main goal of this program is for youth who are aging out, who are getting a permanent housing solution. The My First Home program matches their first month's rent and deposit, and it also helps provide them with some of those necessary items they need, such as a bed, dresser, sofa, kitchen table, and chairs.
Tiny home responsibility.
The intended program goals. So the Pathway to Success program. This program has two main components. One is about financial literacy, and then the other one is physical pathways of transportation. So for the financial literacy component, clients will be receiving education on budgeting, savings plans, taxes, and fraud, so they know how to manage their funds once they age out. And then reliable transportation. They will have the knowledge and ability to use public transportation and/or have a car and license. This is necessary to getting independence and being truly self-sufficient. Additionally, we have our Education as a Liberator program. There's three main pieces of this. One is educational foundation. So this means that they've got that foundation of education, they've got their high school diploma, they're getting tutoring in those subjects that they might be struggling in, and they're ready and prepared for college. Additionally, in the next stage, we've got our college-bound youth, and the youth who will be a part of this program. They will be receiving a computer, printer, school supplies, and help with college navigation, so really taking it one step further from just an educational foundation. And then career planning. So each of our youth will complete a Casey Life Skills Assessment and have some guidance from one of our mentorship staff members, helping really guide them along the way and figuring out which careers would be best suited for them. Additionally, we've got our program administrative cost. So this is an important component that sometimes gets left out, but this is our core infrastructure support, our office supplies, and kind of what we need to keep running as well.
Our
Next, how do we measure success? So as we've learned throughout the course of this class, the main way for measuring success for nonprofits is asking, have we fulfilled our mission? So in order to look at that for each of these program components, I've broken it down in a few questions. So for the tiny home responsibility and sustainability, that was mostly focused on our tiny homes, food justice, and the environmental side of things. So we could ask these type of questions to measure success. How many tiny homes were built? What percentage of the material was from reused or upcycled parts? How many youth received housing? How long did they stay at Moana's home? How many acres were farmed? How much produce did it yield? How many community members received food? And what was the total profit? How much did each farmer, each of our youth, make on average? For our My First Home program, we could measure variables such as how many clients moved into permanent housing? What was the average down payment matched? What were the total number of funds raised? How many pounds of furniture was gifted to youth for their first forever home? What percentage of the items were beds, dressers, tables, things like that? How many people donated towards this program? For our Pathways to Success program, we'll be looking at the financial literacy component and measuring how many life skills of financial literacy has the youth mastered. We'll also consider additional variables such as how much money does the youth have saved. Additionally, we'll be looking at what % of youth completing the program have their own means to transportation and/or have mastered using public transportation. For our Education as a Liberator program, we can measure success by looking at how many residents received their GED or high school diploma, what subjects did we tutor in, what were the total number of hours of tutoring service provided. Additionally, we can look at things such as how many clients have been accepted into college and what was the average financial aid package received. Lastly, when looking at administrative cost, we can look at how many volunteers do we have and how many employees do we have. Are we making the most efficient use of those individuals? What was the cost for training a new employee or volunteer? And then what % of the supplies are used for programmatic support? So by looking at these different variables when looking at the individual program components, it can help us measure our success and really look at whether we've fulfilled our mission or not. Thank you so much for watching my presentation. This is the end, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much.